Hello everyone, my name is Bernard Muhe from Pregnant and Mom. Welcome to Pregnancy Chronicles, where we share your journey through pregnancy, labor, delivery and baby care. So leo niko hapa na superstar mom, Priscatice Musiomi. Karibu kwa show.
Thank you so much, Bernard.
So we'll talk to Priscatice about her nikuite short Prisca, sindio? Kate. Okay, so we'll talk to Kate about her pregnancy journey, vile ilikuwa. And this show is proudly sponsored by Pregnant and Mom Baby Shop, where we sell and deliver baby items. Just reach out to me on WhatsApp, and we can arrange how you can come to the shop or how we can deliver to you. So Kate, nataka tuingie story yako. When did you know you were pregnant?
I came to realize I was pregnant at around 6-7 weeks. I would say 7 weeks after going to the hospital. But before that, I had several tests. I had 4 self-kit tests at home by myself. The first one didn't really show if I was really pregnant, or rather, I would say I was the one who was not, I hadn't accepted it. So I did the second one, which was null and void. Did the third one, it showed I was pregnant. Called my husband, he confirmed I was pregnant. He was happy about it. Did the fourth one just to be sure. Like, is it really true? Yeah. So, and that is when we decided, why not, let's go to the hospital, because I was really having severe back pain. I used to have a lot of nausea. Used to have a lot of headache and tiredness. So I went to the hospital, did several tests. They had urinalysis, some blood, stool tests that were done on me. That is when I realized I was pregnant. And after the scan, it showed I was around 7 weeks pregnant. Yes.
Emotions zilikuwaje?
Zilikuwa juu. The first time, for my husband, he was so happy about it. For me, I really felt like, yes, I am pregnant, you know. But again, it then hit me. I'm going to be a new mom. Not only that, I have a human being who has feet, eyes, and all that growing inside me. That was kind of terrifying me. Hey, how am I going to do this? You know, I'm a new mom. Am I ready about it? You know, that is when I realized, well, pregnancy is not all about you getting pregnant and carrying it. It's so much that is going around you. But I realized my hubby is so happy about it. You know, he's supporting me. That is when I realized, never judge anyone who will tell you like they're not ready to get pregnant. It entails so much, so much, yes.
So mkaenda hosi?
Yes. We went to the hospital that day, by the way. We reached. I didn't tell the doctor that I was pregnant. I just told him how I was feeling. I told him that I'm too tired. I'm so nauseated. I had a very severe back pain. But I was so keen to tell him, like 3 days or 4 days before, I had some several glasses of wine, 2 to be precise. So he told me, even if you had several glasses of wine, by today, it shouldn't be affecting you. Ni masiku mingi zimeisha, and of course you've been hydrating. That is when he suggested we do the tests. We did the tests. They came back. The doctor was not so nice with me. The way he came back, he gave me some news. Wangeci. Hauna ukimwi. You know, and I looked at my hubby and I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? You know. You know, like, why are you telling me that? Plus again, is that the way you tell your patients news?
Without counseling.
Okay, so the doctor, what is wrong with me? Now he started telling me about, you know, when you're having back pain, you might be having syphilis or gonorrhea, you know, or you might be having a severe UTI, which is now affecting your uterus. Now I'm there thinking, I'm pregnant and I'm having a UTI. Hey, okay. So I just kept quiet because I had not told him that I'm pregnant. So and then he looked at my hubby and told me, hubby, Kenywa, Mr. Kenywa, you're going to be a dad. Congratulations. Now I'm thinking, you should be the, I'm the bearer of the news. You know, like, you guy.
You're the main subject.
Yeah, things were going now in my mind, like, this guy is telling me the bad news.
Na happy and I'm sure the good news.
My hubby was there happy, know. And I told the doc, hey, I'm so happy to hear about that. That is when he had told me, go get the scan. We check how many months you are. Then the scan came out. I was 7 weeks pregnant. So the doctor told me, he told me that you should come back in 2 weeks time, so that we can be sure your pregnancy is viable. So he was open enough to tell me that you could be having a pregnancy that is not growing, or the pregnancy could be growing. Yeah. But for me, I felt like, this doctor is full of bad news for me. So I never went back there. I never went back there. I know. I never went back there. I chose to go to a different doctor. But why I went to a different doctor is because at the hospital I was given folic tablets. Yeah, you're supposed to take folic tablets immediately when you realize you're pregnant, or even before pregnancy. But when you're at the doctor, he told me several options. I can put you on Ranferon or Prenatal for you to take them and all that. So for me, I opted for Ranferon because it's liquid. Because I hate taking drugs. Because the folic one, it gives you a very bad taste in the mouth, a metallic taste in the mouth. And I used to get so nauseated. I felt like, this is not working for me. So I was put on Ranferon by that doc. I started taking it, and it was good for me. That one was very much okay for me. Yes.
Food.
Trust me, if somebody would ever tell me, Wangechi hautakula nyama, singewahi kubali. Meat, skuma. By the way, I never used to go to my mama for mboga. I used to tell her I cannot come there. So whatever veggies I wanted, like the traditional veggies, I used to eat a lot of saga, spinach, kanzera, and all that. She used to prepare them. I tell my hubby when he's coming to bring me, or send somebody to bring, because they couldn't take skuma, I wouldn't take meat. I just couldn't stand them. But white meat, I started taking fish when I got pregnant. That is when I started taking fish. And for me, I used to like eating a lot of bananas, ripe bananas. Yes.
Ngapi?
Even 5.
In a day?
In a day. I would even do 7. I think that is one thing that made me add a lot of weight. Because I would eat even 7 bananas in a day. 7 of them, very ripe ones. I used to like them. I used to eat bananas, 7. I used to eat a whole bread alone, milk, and veggies only. Because I realized at some point I started being bloated, and I started having a hard stool. So the doctor told me it's very important for you to eat a lot of vegetables. Yeah, for you to avoid getting even piles or hemorrhoids. Yes.
Mbazi.
No. Talking about that, my mother-in-law sent me. She sent me mbaazi, and there are these things. What are their names? Kamande. Yes. My mother-in-law sent me those things. I took them, boiled them. While they were boiling, there's this smell. You know, when your pressure cooker is boiling, it removes some gas, and ikasikia hiyo harufu imejaa kwa nyumba. I just took them to our gateman, gave an kamanda hizi vitu hata sitaki kuona. So when my hubby came back, he was so happy. He knew he loves chapati so much. So he knew he's going to eat some nice chapatis and some mbaazi. Ananiuliza, ziko wapi? Nikamwambia mimi sijui. He's there looking at me and he's like, what's wrong with you?
Kumbe ushapeana.
Ziko wapi? I can feel the smell in the house. Nikamwambia kumbe unaisikia? Nikaenda nikafungua all the windows, took some air freshener, nikaspray. And by the way, even his spray nilificha na mafuta yake ya kujipaka.
Huko nataka kuisikia.
Zilikuwa zinanuka vibaya. We came and found them later after I have given birth. Nilikuwa naficha na mwambia, by the way, spray yako ndio hii na mafuta. But then mpaka wale hazitumiangi. Because aliona namsumbua sasa. He used to come and ananiambia, mafuta yangu iko wapi? Namtolea solid oil petroleum jelly. Ananiambia sasa wewe. Ambia babe, I can't.
Speaking of the hubby, sex life ilikuwaje?
Awesome.
During pregnancy?
Yeah, during pregnancy, my sex life was so awesome. I wouldn't complain about it. I was so sexually active until when I got to around 5 months. But after 6 months, it became a little bit weird for me. I used to have times or moments when I felt like I just don't want completely. But at times I felt like, I feel like, so I was the one who was now in control of the whole idea of when and, but I wouldn't complain about it. So I'd advise any mama out there, it's not a sin. Go for it. It's actually important. People will tell you ni mzuri na fungua njia.
Aya, tuangalie vitu kama heartburn.
Mimi heartburn ilinisumbua. So when we went to another pregnancy expo, women were talking about it. They have heartburn and all that. So I remember there was a doc who was telling us, do a lot of carrots, do water, do what. But for me, carrots were not working out for me. Even water at times was not working for me. So I only used to do water when maybe I don't have any other option. But I used to eat a lot of kiwi and thorn melon. They really, really helped me. I would even take 4 to 5 thorn melons a day, by the way. They were really helping me out. Because for kiwi, hiyo kitu pia iko na bei. One goes for around 90 bob and you cannot afford doing it on daily basis. So I used to do a lot of thorn melon for me. It really helped me out so much.
Kicking?
I used to get a lot of kicks, and I remember after I had just realized I was pregnant, I used to feel kicks. Unajua wakati the first 3 months hakuna kicks ziko hapo.
Or imaginary sasa?
Imaginary kicks. I used to tell my hubby, babe, is there, he's also overexcited. He'll come and feel them, So after around 4 or 5 months, that's when I realized the baby is now kicking, and she would even come to the top right part of it. It was awesome. It was fun. That is when you realize now you get to now start falling in love with your baby so much. Yes.
Baka unaanza kuglow.
You glow. When you're walking on the road, by the way, you're feeling like, I'm the queen. That is when you start taking advantage and you realize, by the way, when you're pregnant, you don't need to do any cues. VIP treatment. VIP treatment. But I used to, when I'm walking on the road, I'm telling people, hey, unajua mtu akiwa na mimba? I am pregnant, I was so proud of my pregnancy. It was really nice. Really nice.
But at 6 months, Bafu?
It was bad for me then. I was alone in the house. Normally I like doing my cleaning by myself. So when I was in the bathroom doing the cleaning, I fell down. I had a very major fall that I had to go to the hospital, but I had informed my hubby. So when I went to the hospital, the doc that I found there, the first one, he asked me, ulianguka aje? I explained everything. Akaniambia, uko tu sawa. So he started giving me some meats. Mtu akiwa na mimba anaangukanga, but for me I was not buying that, Then there's this mentality of first time moms are stubborn. Just be stubborn. It's for the benefit of you and your baby.
Yes.
Just be stubborn. So for me, I was not satisfied with the answer. I went to another hospital. I requested for a scan. So when we were doing that scan, that doctor told me that he's not able to feel my baby's heartbeat. But then I just woke up from that bed and left, went back to the house. And then I found that my uncle was looking for me. But unfortunately, we didn't meet because my hubby had told him that I had fallen down. So I called my mom and told her, hey, mom, nilianguka. My mom told me, wherever you are, just go back to the hospital, go get checked. So I told her, wameniangalia wakasema heartbeat ya mtoto hawasikii. Mungu akaniambia, what people will say that is different, but God has a reason for everything, So I went back to the hospital the following day with my hubby because he was back. When we went, the doctor was telling me, he's giving me hope. He's not giving me hope. He's not. I just told the doctor, you know what? I'm too tired. Just tell me things the way they are. Is my baby okay? Yes, we can feel the baby, but the heartbeat is too low. All I want to know is that, is my baby okay? Yeah, your baby is okay. For me, I was satisfied with that. And just go have enough rest. Everything will be okay. So as we went back home, and that was it.
So, 6 months. At 7 months?
So at 7 months, a day before I started my 7th month, my hubby came home and told me, babe, let's go out because I am a party lady. So I told him, I can't. I'm too exhausted. So he told me, okay, you just remain behind. I'll be back. So I remember that day, I was too tired. The following day, when I woke up, I felt like I've peed on myself. I called a friend of mine who is also a medic, and she was also expectant. She started telling me, you know, when you get at 7 months, the baby's head is now down, and the baby is pressing the bladder a lot, and you need to be patient with yourself. You need to pee a lot and all that. But for me, I was not buying that. But I was also holding some information from her. So on the second day, I told her, hey, bestie, I'm really peeing on myself too much. So she asked me, how are you feeling? Are you having any pain? I'm having a lot of back pain that is not normal for me. So she advised me, I want you to do this. I want you to touch your pee, feel it, tell me, is it just okay or is it slippery? I want you to smell it, and I also want you to taste it. Hi, how do I taste my pee? You know. But on the third day, I had to do it because I told her, I'm really peeing on myself. This is too much. Aiwachi. Akanambia, ukisimama at what time? But I had not told my hubby that I'm peeing on myself. What I had just told him is that I'm having too much pain on my back, which he used to rub my back a lot. So I did whatever she had told me. She told me that is not pee, that is amniotic fluid. So she started asking me, has your cervix ever been open, or the last time when you went to have your scan after that fall? They said everything was okay, you know. So on the fourth day, when I woke up in the morning, I didn't even prepare my hubby to go to work. I went back to sleep, woke up at around 2 p.m., took clothes, put in our living room. I had to fold all of them, but now when I started doing for the baby, my hubby came back at around 4 p.m. He was too tired. I've never seen him that tired. He just went and slept. So I kept on telling him, I'm having too much pain on my back, it's not stopping, you know. I had taken some paracetamol, zile za bop, hizo ndo unapewanga hosi. But your pain haishi kabisa. I told him, akaniambia, just go to the clinic, get checked. If there's anything, you'll come tell me. So I felt like, Sasa Uyu, what is he? You know, like, I want you to go with me, you know. But your time, I just decided, let me just go. So when I reached to that clinic, there was an elderly man who used to take care of me, that guy. Kaniambia, Wangeci, panda kwa kitanda. Nikamwambia hata sina hiyo nguvu ya kupanda kwa kitanda. So when he was still talking to me, I used some pee. So he asked me, let me check. So when he checked, I can that is not pee, that is amniotic fluid. So he got curious. For how many days? This is the fourth day. No. That is amniotic fluid. You need to go to the hospital, because even if the pain that you're going through, that is labor pain, because it's not stopping. Where?
So umekuwa in labor for 4 days?
For 4 days. Where? So I asked him, how can I be in labor and I've just started my 7th month? It's very normal. There's some women who give birth early, but for me, I was not understanding, you know, what is not happening. I have never had pressure issues or diabetes, or, you know, my pregnancy has been okay the whole time. So he gave me his secretary. We went back home and went to the hospital from there. So when we reached at the hospital where I was supposed to give birth, I had another scan. My baby was 1.9 kgs. So unfortunately, the doctor said that I cannot be able to give birth from there because the baby was too young. They needed an NBU. So for me, by the way, I told the doctor, hata kama niko barabara, mimi nitajifungua, because the pain bernard. And do you realize when you're going through that pain, hakuna machozi inatoka. Hakuna.
Ni uchungu bila machozi.
Mpaka I remember I called my mom, namwambia, hey mom, mamangu ananiambia, uko happy? So they started talking to my hubby now to know about my progress and all that. So we left there. We went to where the doctor was going. When we reached there, mimi uchingi yangu iliisha. Just seeing what other women were doing.
Or drama.
You know, at times when you are seated at home and you're told, mama wanafanyanga drama, wanaingia chini ya kiti. But hiyo ni ujinga tu, you know, like.
Na sasa hiyo unaona live.
Mimi naona live and I'm there thinking, kwani what kind of pain are these people going through? Mimi nimekaa. When my pain was coming, I just used to tap my thighs like this, kidogo, and then it goes away. Kumbe ilikuwa inaningojea, ilikuwa inanipangia. So at around 6 p.m., I had another scan while there. They confirmed the baby truly was 1.9 kgs, and I had to go and get checked again. Kupimwa. From the first hospital, I was open 2 centimeters, but there they were treating me well, Madam, I'm going to do this to you. I need you kindly climb here. We want to do this. And I'm there asking me, is it a must? My hubby by there was in that room. Yes, it's a must. And I'm there, are you okay if your husband is here? I was feeling it, Now while I was there, the doctor, the nurses actually, it was a tall man. That face of that guy by there is still on my face. Even if I was to meet him today, I would tell him, So, he told me, Mama, ni mara yako ya kwanza? Hapo, the way you're seeing people doing their drama, hata una hiyo nguvu, unajinyenyekea. Mara yangu ya kwanza. Panda hapa. And I'm like, I'm a baby girl, treat me nicely. Be nice. So I went there, and then the way he was doing it, he's wearing his gloves, and you're there thinking, okay, I'm going through whatever the other nurse did. So for me, I felt like maybe it will be smoother than the way the other nurse was doing.
It was worse.
The other nurse was female. This one was a man. It was even bad. Kaniambia, nyenye first time mothers mnatusumbua. Mama kaa vizuri. He did whatever he was doing. Then I had an injection. They told me that injection is for maturing the baby's lungs. And then I was left to go and labor.
But pia wewe ukaanza drama yako?
I took my bag, nikaiweka kwa mgongo, na beseni kwa mkono. The beseni had a cup, a plate and a spoon. And then my hubby had brought me pilau, by the way. So when I started having labor pains, I was feeling like hii pilau iko na nyama.
Utaki?
So there was another mama who was there, anasema nasikia njaa. Nikawapea hiyo pilau, wakaanza kukula. Mimi nilikuwa naangalia and I'm there thinking, wanakula nyama aje? Because still I was not eating meat. But I took 5 liters of water that night. So when I was just laboring, I used to walk. I remember I was assigned ward 4, but I used to go to ward 8. So nilikuwa inanituma huko mwisho. So at one point, I went to the toilet at around 10 p.m. That was the bad. I've never seen anything like that. It was so dirty. So one of the janitors saw me, akaniambia, Mama, unataka nini? Akaniambia, I feel like going to the toilet. Akaniambia, huwezi kuja huku bila nurse. Then she called the nurse, kuja huyu, ako karibu. So the nurse akasema, wewe toka huko, So I went back. But for me, I felt like I really want to go to the toilet. But even remembering what I had seen there, and I'm wondering, why is the janitor there if that place is that pathetic, So I started laboring. Now that is when real labor kicked in. I was now praying. I've never... Bede mineza fungua kanisa. I was praying. I was just telling God, what I want to live with my baby in this hospital. God gave Hannah a baby in their old age. I am still young. So I am going to leave this hospital with my baby. No matter what. And I started talking to my baby. Watoto wanasikianga. I started telling my baby, in the next 1 hour, I need you out of this stomach. Mama is tired. I went to the doctor. Nikamwambia daktari, I think namea mkia, hebu angalia. Daktari akacheka na nguvu akasema, oya, anamea mkia.
Wakaanza kukuchekelea sasa.
The nurses were like, Mama, hebu tuone. Naambia haki ni ukweli daktari, namea mkia. By the way, mpaka tukiwa ward walinikumbusha hiyo kitu, mkia bado inamea. Nikamwambia mimi by the way mimi mkia ilikuwa inamea. I literally could feel mkia yangu inamea. I was feeling pain, serious pain. Yeah, and that is when I remember I sat on the floor, but that whole period I was just talking with my phone. I had put it here on my address because I wanted to know what time will my baby be born. I wanted to put everything down. Even right now, I would tell you my baby, I gave my birth at my baby at around 11:47 p.m. at night. I sat down on the floor and then my water broke. I was in so much pain. Now, right, at that moment, the nurses are there insulting you, For me, I was feeling like, what is wrong with these people, is it wrong being pregnant?
Yeah.
Is it wrong going through all this pain? You know, like sio kupenda kwangu. Hata wewe mwenyewe ujui nini inafanyika. It took me almost 15 minutes me kutoka hapo chini kupanda kitanda. So when I went to the bed, I remember I was telling nurse, kichwa ya mtoto ndio hii. Even the other mamas are screaming, nurse, kichwa ya mtoto ndio hiyo. Nurse anakuja kaniangalia, wewe umekuwa 3 centimeters tu sahi mama, unatusumbua. Hadi najiuliza, God, what is this now, you know? So nurse akakuja akaona yenyewe by the way serious, akatoka akaenda. Akarudi akapata mtoto wako kwa kitanda. Luckily my baby akukunywa amniotic fluid, me by the way sijui, I think ni God. Akachukua katoto akaeka kwa there's a warm kitanda ilikuwa hapo, akamweka akafunika flannel. Akaniambia mama, kwanza before amweke akaniambia mama, gender ya mtoto msichana. Gender ya mtoto mama msichana, na kizungu baby girl. Uko sure? Kakachukua akaeka kwa kitanda akanifunika. So akaanza the process of you now going to be cleaned.
So ulijifungua peke yako tu?
Mimi mwenyewe by the way alipata mtoto hapo. Alimpata. It's so miraculous that the baby didn't like fall away from the bed. I think pia God has always wanted this baby to live since day one. So when she came, mama, you know, we have to like clean you up and do the whole process. So she started doing it. While she's doing it, namuza, hey, why am I feeling too pain? You know, like I thought wamama wanadungwanga sindano. Kaniambia hata una bleed sana. Oh, wacha niende nilete. I'm there thinking, you know,
the incompetence.
Am I a guinea pig? Is she a lana? Is she trying things with me? But wamama kwapo kando anakuambia mama nyamaza. Atakata kukushona, you know. She won't do it. So for me, I know my rights.
Yeah.
That one does not work everywhere, by the way.
Hapa ni ucheze chini.
Ni ucheze chini, unanyenyekea.
Ndio ushughulikiwe.
Nikamwambia haya sawa, kakuja. Mama, kaa vizuri. So again she starts again the whole process. So I just told God, God, just take control. I'm too tired. But you know that time you're there and my baby was kind of the other side. So natupa macho huko. You know, you also don't want anybody to steal your baby and all that. Yeah. So she finished the whole process. So then she told me narudi. 30 minutes later hajakuja. So it's when the other women told me, Mom, go dress your baby. Atapata tu ugonjwa hapa. So I went, took my baby, dressed my baby, and then they came back wakatuambia, we want you to go and wait for us in another room. We went there, we were so many women, there were only 8 beds there. So you wondered, watoto wanalala wapi na sisi tunalala wapi, you know.
Kumbe ni kushare. Then wamama wengine wanatuuliza, kwani ni mara yako ya kwanza kukuja huku? Naambia, yeah, I've never been here, this is my first baby. Kaniambia, sasa watoto tutawaeka hapa, si tukae kwa bench. Any woman who has given birth and has had stitches will tell you it's not easy sitting down. Now having to sit on a bench, it's not easy. But for the sake of your baby, I would rather suffer than my baby. Anything for my baby. So I had my baby on the bed, nikamwekelea mkono hivi, and I slept like this. But if anything passes, unachungulia. Unachungulia, you're like, hey, unalala na macho moja.
Hata hakuna usingizi. So in the morning they came. One thing I really liked about them, they was so keen. All women, they needed to be like, if you had a tear, you were stitched. Your babies, they needed to have all the injections before, you know, before being taken to the wards. So you were taken to the wards, but for me it was so, I really didn't like it because lazima mpande stairs. And you had a tear, uko na beseni, uko na mtoto kwa mgongo, uko na bag. Majaribu yenyewe ilikuwa serious. So when we went upstairs, we were now taught how to breastfeed a baby, which is so important. Mtu asiye kudanganya mwanamke anajuanga tu kunyonyesha mtoto, hapana. You have to be told. They taught us how to breastfeed a baby, how to wash a baby, the way you start from the eyes. You do the first eye, you do the second eye, you do the head, you know, and then you dry the head. Then when you start washing the rest of the body, you have to be taught in how to hold the baby when you're breastfeeding. They also taught us and gave us things on how to clean the baby's umbilical cord. You're taught everything. That is one thing I really liked about it, which was so important. But one thing that hit me is that after about an hour, we were released, we were discharged. And they asked, mbona tunatolewa? my baby is a preemie. Mama hakuna nafasi hapa. Tenda nyumbani uoteshe mtoto jua. Unajua pia huwezi bishana na wao. I just told my hubby and my mom, let's just go home. Hata sitaki kukaa huku. You know, I've had enough of this place. Let me just go home. Yes.
Baadaye akapata jaundice.
Yes, my baby got jaundice. 4 days later. Actually on the 3rd day, I remember my baby turned yellow, the whole body. So my hubby and I, we took the baby to the nearest hospital, which was a government hospital, to be precise. And the way they talked to me, and I felt like, you know, like, what am I doing wrong? God gave me a beautiful human being to take care of. But everything that I've been doing is wrong. And I must say that from the day I had given birth to the 3rd day, hakukuwa na jua. Ni ile jua haiko, ni mawingu tu. So there is no light. There's no sunlight. So waniambia, mama wewe huwezi otesha mtoto jua. You know, they were talking to me so roughly, like it's my problem. Mtoto wako na jaundice, wanakuambia bilirubins ziko juu, you know. I don't know what bilirubins are, you know. Tell me, what are those? I'm not a medic. Tell me, what is that? Mtoto wako ako na neonatal sepsis. I'm like, what is that? You know, I don't know. Tell me, how am I supposed to do it? What am I doing wrong? What should I do? You know, for my baby to okay. So you are booked, taken, and you are taken to the wards. They tell you, utaenda straight, enda ulize ule watchman, unafaa kwenda ward gani, ni hii na hii. So unaenda unafika, watchman anakuambia, take right, take left. So I found myself kwa hiyo ward. Unafika hivi unaangalia isaka cubicle and you're wondering, okay, tunafaa kulala wapi? You know, so there's another woman who called me, mama kuja. Pia God anatumanga watu. Nikaenda, akaniambia tutalala hapa na wewe. Naambia na wewe? No, me I was expecting to have my own bed and maybe I can sleep with my baby there. Akanikamza sasa kitanda tunalala aje, akaniambia mimi nalala huku wewe unalala huko. Kamwambia hakuna njia nyingine, niende niombe kitanda mahali pengine. Akaniambia hakuna. So she cracked a joke in Kikuyu. And then everybody in that ward busted into laughter. I felt so bad because I also don't understand Kikuyu. But what really amused me and
so uko na jina ya Kikuyu?
Yes, my name is Wangeci.
So but ujui,
but you know, when I tell people I tell people my name is Wangeci because it's my name, you know. So naitwa nani? Naitwa Wangeci. So she talked into Kikuyu and then everybody busted into laughter and then she realized huyu haelewi. Ndo akaniambia uelewi? Nikamwambia yes, sielewi. Hata nimesahau kitu. Before tuende hiyo ward, nakumbuka kulikuwa na students around. So nasa akaniambia, mama hebu tuone matiti. Do you know removing your boob in public, the way I was feeling like aibu, you know, I'm still.
Alafu mbele ya students.
Mama ukiwa mama hakuna aibu. Hakuna aibu ukiwa mama, by the way. Even right now if I was told, I would even go to that bus stop, sit there and breastfeed my baby. I don't care anymore. Akaniambia toa. So I had inverted nipples. So the student took a syringe and pulled my nipples. You can imagine you have a tear and you have somebody pulling your nipples. I've never felt like that. It was so painful. Very, very painful.
Na unafaa unyonyeshe nayo bado.
Mama mtoto anyonye. And you know you have to breastfeed. Wanakuambia mama weka huyo mtoto hapo tuone. They don't care. Like haukujua?
You didn't know what you were signing up for.
Mama yako alipitia hii. Mama yako.
Sasa unalipa deni.
I'm looking at that place and I'm like, okay. Mimi nilikuwa naona hawa watu wengine, this is not their calling, you know, like so they actually walinisaidia in a way pulling the nipples, but and then they gave me that syringe. Nilitupa. Wakaniambia you have to be pulling it. Nilitupa. Singewajaribu tena hiyo mchezo. So at night when we were sleeping, we agreed with that woman tutalala across the bed. Mimi nalala na mtoto wangu huko, yeye na mtoto wake huko. Because the other option was sleeping down, tutandike shuka chini. Na vitu kama napkin na liner are very important, even if you have the opportunity of buying diapers. They are very important. Why? unaweza tandikia mtoto wako hapo. And for me, you see the way I had a very tiny baby, kumwrap into diapers at times was so hectic. So nilikuwa pia inanisaidia, unaweka line chini and then you do your cover ups. Watoto wako na surprises. Ukimtoa tu hivi nguo, they do their thing on you.
So, anasikia ako free sasa.
Ilikuwa inanisaidia by the way. So nimefika hosi, I don't have those things. Unajua niliuziwa na wamama hapo ndani. Watu wako biashara hapo.
Hii ni Kenya.
Kwanza alinipea mimi nikajua mama ni mzuri aje. Hi. Nilisikia tu besha. Nikajua okay.
Akakutumia bill.
Nikamwambia ndakutumia kwa M-Pesa. Tutakangi M-Pesa hiyo inareversiwa. I gave her some cash, but anyway, I really appreciated. They also taught me a lot. I was my friends brought me a breast pump and several baby stuffs. The same day that I was there in the morning, walikuja kuniona. But for me, I realized I can't stay here any longer because mtoto wangu mimi sikuwa na kitotea anapewa. And then that morning, when the nurses were coming round, wakakuja wanatuuliza, mama, mbona mmeka watoto kwa hii mashine ya phototherapy na mjawavalisha kitu kwa macho? Inani hit, kulikuwa na mashine ya phototherapy hapa. Mimi sikuwa nimeiona.
Hata huko umeambiwa.
Nani atangeniambia? Nikainua mkono. Wanauliza nani ako na swali, nikainua mkono. Nafaa kuweka mtoto wangu hapo. Nilipashwa. Hadi huyo mama tuko kando yangu, by then nikiinua mkono alikuwa ananichuna hivi.
Usiinue mkono.
So mimi nashangaa ni nini? Mimi na kierere yangu. Niko na swali. Alinipasha. Hadi akaingia into mother tongue dialect. Akaongea. Kaniambia, wewe ngoja pediatrician anakuja masaa ya saa 5. I told my mom, because she came, nikamwambia, mom, I cannot stay here. Even my mom was telling me, hey, my daughter, no, we need to go somewhere else. Then luckily the friend of mine who came to visit me, the sister-in-law works there. So when they came, akaniambia, so I told her the whole story of what had happened, because even getting water to bath, I didn't get water to bath in the bathroom, and the water that I was told to go and take was cold. So I wondered, how am I going to sit on cold water? It can't work. Yeah, because when you give birth, you need to sit on water, hot water actually with salt. So she assisted me, by the way, go. The bill that I was being given was another one. And they were insisting I need to pay cash. Kambia mimi sina cash. I have NHIF. So by the way, NHIF really helps a lot. Any woman or anyone, just take NHIF, inasaidia sana. So I insisted wachukue NHIF. So they later took it. And we left that hospital, went to another hospital. When I got there, I was scared to tell the doctor what was happening because of the past 2 experiences that I've had. Because I already knew the doctor is going to tell me, you're a bad mother. You know, what have you been doing? Mbona hujotesha mtoto jua? So when we reached there, the nurses took our vitals and then we were sent in to see the doctor. So the doctor told me, mama, hata kama umeleta mtoto, we also need to take a review of you. So she took me to a gyne. We went there. We sat down with the gyne. The gyne was really nice. I didn't talk for almost 5 minutes. He was the one talking. What do you have to say? Mtoto wangu yuko sawa? So after around 5 minutes, it's when I realized this guy is actually nice. He's trying to be nice to me. So that is when I started opening up. I cried.
Na ulishikwa na like a postpartum depression your time?
Yes. Because for me, I was asking myself, what am I doing wrong? You know, I'm really trying my level best to take care of my child. My baby had colic for 10 good weeks. Hiyo kitu ni mbaya. Utanunua madawa types mingi. I had a drawer, hakuna dawa sikuwa na mimi. By then nilikuwa nakaa hivi chini. Even if my friend will tell me, tafuta kitu fulani, I will do it. Tafuta kitu fulani, I will do it. It got to a point, I remember somebody even told me, unafaa upa huyo mtoto a certain type of beer. Tumbo itawacha. Hiyo tumbo itatulia. I almost went down that route and then I realized, wacha tu. It's not as serious, you know. But it was bad. My baby had colic until 10 good weeks. At night, ilikuwa inaanza usiku. at 9 p.m. until 2 rege kwa nyumba hivi tu mtoto. You go massage the baby, unampea dawa, anatulia kitu kama 1 hour hivi, tena inaanza hivyo. I took some point and told my hubby, ama huyu mtoto anaitwa sana na babu yake, tumpelekea babu yake. I went home to my dad. I remember when my baby was in my dad, hakuwa analia. Nikipewa hivi mtoto anaanza. Ni by at some point nilika slap tu miguu. Wewe acha kunisumbua. My younger brother alipiga nduru. Mom, huyu anachapa mtoto. Na tukiangalia mtoto mwenyewe unamchapa wapi hata. Hapo nilirealize, Kai, what am I doing? The baby is innocent. But for me nilikuwa na feel like this baby is disturbing me now. My nipples are paining. Nimempea hata with all that pain, but still the baby is just disturbing me. I remember at some point my brother-in-law sent the cousin, because the cousin is a nurse. She came over, we slept together. She talked to me, by the way. She really helped me. I had a very good support system. My mother used to call me even hourly. Just, Mom, how are you doing? You know, how are you feeling? Mwambia, Mom, mtoto yuko sawa. Nyambia, no, I'm not asking about the baby. I'm asking about you. How are you doing? You know, how are you feeling? Have you eaten? Are you okay? You know, and they realized emotional support, physical support, you know, prayers, these things are so important. If you're a woman and you've just given birth, if you have friends who will come and visit you and they expect you to go to the kitchen and cook for them, chase them away. Even if they are men, chase them away. At your brother-in-laws or your uncles or who, they've come and expect you to cook for them, chase them away. It's not easy. You need a lot of rest. You need a lot of air and your own time to bond with your child. Because for me, I had to do kangaroo with my baby. You know, at some point you want maybe to sit in the living room and do kangaroo with your baby. You can't do that when you have guests in the house, you know. Like for me, I would say it's very important the first 1 month. Wageni, kaini tumbali kidogo. Give that mama time to heal, you know. Call, you know, like that. Very important.
Mtu ako na ball sahi, unaweza mpea advice gani?
Do you? Do you? If you feel like eating meat, eat that meat. Ukisikia kukula masikio ya nguruwe, nasema masikio ya nguruwe because I used to eat that, by the way. It used to be boiled. I used to pass that place every day. Ilikuwa inaboiliwa masikio ya nguruwe, ni tamu. Inakatwa na kula na chumvi kama nimesimama hapo. Nikitoka hapo, ati niibebe singekula. Eat. If you don't feel like eating meat, don't eat it. If you feel like you have a high sexual urge, talk to your husband. Strike a balance of how you can do it, because even men, they're also human. If you feel like you don't want to do it, talk to your husband. If you feel like something is annoying you, avoid it. Like, do you? Usikae chini once kuona people will judge you. Let them judge you. At the end of the day, it's all about you and the well-being of that little human being inside you. Most importantly, always remember about hygiene. Hygiene is very important. Hygiene is not only how you're looking outside, but also how you treat everything around you. Because mtu akiwa na mimba, unaweza pata infections without you knowing, very easily. And it's not necessarily because you use the public toilet or bathroom or anything. Yeah.
So tumekuwa tukiongea na Kate about her pregnancy journey, vile ilikuwa, the challenges and everything. This has been Pregnancy Chronicles, where we share your journey through pregnancy, labor and delivery. And our mission as Pregnant and Mom is to educate, empower and equip moms with the knowledge, the skills and resources to build better families. So I hope story ya Kate taku enlighten and inspire and guide you. Thank you so much for speaking to us. And this show is proudly sponsored by Pregnant and Mom Baby Shop, where we sell and deliver baby items. Just reach out to me on WhatsApp. I'll post my number, and we can organize how you can come to the shop or have the items delivered to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.